Hello, my lovely Scorpios. Welcome to your February monthly reading. We're already in Mercury retrograde. This is Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So, wanted to pull the energy for the overall month. What's going to happen, action, advice, possible obstacles, what's going on with your money, love, career, and then things that we need to be aware of in your communication zone, and then a card for each week. So, I apologize. I'm filming this on February 1. I'm a little bit behind, but nevertheless, here we go. And also make sure you subscribe to this channel so you know when new videos pop out. Oracle card that you got is going the distance. Now, this is really about going the distance within yourself. This is, Scorpio, how far are you going to go to transform and open new space up in your life to allow yourself to experience a new life, right? And I think for a lot of you, you're having to really go within and not only purge, and I'm going to say that in a few minutes, but having to face some things that have been lingering and behaviors and owning up to some things that you've done in the past so you really can move on with an open heart. So overall for this month, you actually came out in your reading with the death card. Scorpio is ruled by the death card. Scorpio rules the death card, I should say. My apologies again. Mercury retrograde has me completely effed up and I'm speaking, all over the place. So this is about, again, looking at your life as a whole, Scorpio, and figuring out where you need to let go. This is about surrendering to things. This is about taking accountability for your actions and your behaviors. A lot more past and recent past actions and behaviors, and allowing yourself to shed your skin, move on. And this is also about allowing yourself to, not being so hard on yourself and allowing yourself to experience, the lessons and understand that there is a blessing in there. Okay. But there's a big shift in energy for you, Scorpio. So if you can go through this big transformation and shift, I really think you're going to be setting yourself up very nicely for the rest of the year. That doesn't mean that you won't have hardships. You will. Everyone does. This is a 5-year, so we're going to go through change. Actions and advice. Kind of what I was saying is that with the 9 of Wands, this is not giving up on yourself. This is having resiliency and understand that you can overcome anything, Scorpio. You are, you're the phoenix rising through the ashes. And so this is the time, if any time, to work on self and focus on those little things that are lingering, because if you continue to pretend that they're not there or they don't bother you, or they're going to come back out. And they're going to be more ferocious and they're going to create more issues in your life if you don't cut them out and face them now. Okay. So don't give up on yourself, Scorpio. I know it might be hard, but this is a time, if any, to face it head on. Now, potential obstacles that you might face in February, Scorpio. You got King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to say this is the time to be a little bit more frugal. This is not the time to overspend. So basically, Scorpio, don't get in the habit of, well, I don't want to face my demons. I don't want to face my shadow work. I'm just going to go out and spend and buy material things that make me feel happy. That's going to be very short-lived, Scorpio. So this is the time to buckle down. This is not about the material things that make you happy. It's about what makes you happy in the inside. For some of you, that's hitting home. So in the money section, money. You guys got Judgment in reverse. Now, I'm going to tell you, I feel like there are some spending habits, because you're spending based on emotion and wanting to feel good, but these material things are not going to satisfy you, not the long term. So some of you are going to have to face, maybe you've racked up some debt that you need to get off your books. Maybe you realize that maybe that Nordstrom credit card has now taken a little bit of a toll. You need to start facing the fire here with your money and finances. This is not time to play dumb or to overlook it or act like it's not an issue. If you guys have racked up debt, this is the time to figure out how to get that down. And maybe you can call your bank to negotiate rates. I'm not a financial advisor, by the way, so please do your own research. But this is the time to start negotiating and seeing how you can get yourself in the black again, all right? Love. If I can pick up the card. 7 of Wands. So for those of you in a relationship and, partnership, marriage, whatever the case is, this is not the time to bicker and squabble and fight with your partner. This is the time to work on shit head on. This is the time to stop being petty and, always throwing a shot when you don't need to. Scorpio, you're known for that. I love you, but you are. And this is time to work on things. And also look at your own personal behavior. Singles, I think for a lot of you, you're trying to look at your own part in relationships and being accountable for certain things. Now, you might not ever admit that to the other person, which is fine, but you're starting to realize that in a relationship, it takes two people to be in one, right? So for singles, I think you're starting to look at and see some behaviors that you are now becoming more aware of that you need to work on. And, you want to be the best version of yourself in your next relationship. You don't want to bring the baggage in. Career, you got the Temperance card. So for a lot of you, this is about balancing things out in the workplace. It could mean that maybe you've been taking on a lot more workload and you need to start to even things out, meaning that you need to delegate and give people, their own stuff, and you don't need to take everyone's on. You don't need to be everyone's emotional punching bag, Scorpio. You don't need to be the person that everyone comes to just to unload their emotions on you at work. You need to draw a line, okay? But this is about being balanced. And this is, also getting along with your coworkers, Scorpio, even the ones that drive you absolutely bonkers. Think of it as, well, they're playing checkers, you're playing chess, okay? So, see how people are and behave at work, and you can see where you can, leverage your talents the most or get your way if you really wanted to. Scorpio, you're smart, you know how to do that. Communication zone. We got Knight of Pentacles. So here's what I'm going to say, Scorpio, out of the gate. Make sure you have all your facts before you need to have any type of conversation. This is not the time to react. This is not the time to assume. This is not the time to go based on emotions. This is based on facts and being very grounded and being very calm, cool, and collected. Scorpio, when you are calm, cool, and collected and no one can read you, they have, people, it's almost like you're holding all the cards, okay? So what I'm saying is this is not the month to get hot-headed. This is a time to just even keel, okay? Watch and observe then more than you speak this month. First week, this is Feb 1, Monday, happy February. You got Three of Wands. Now, this is right under the Judgment card in reverse, too. Three of Wands in reverse. This means you're going to have to put your head down, Scorpio, and work. There's some things that you have to unfix. Meaning that there's something, a decision that you made in the past and around money, I think, in finance is a bad, investment, or you overspent, or you bought a big ticket item that now you're just like, I don't need this. This doesn't make sense. You're going to have to uncover and work through things. It's not going to happen. It's on its own. You're the only one that's going to be able to get yourself out of this situation, Scorpio. So really focus on that. And, no one's going to come to save you. Okay. I'm not saying that there won't be people to help you and advise you, but you have to make the decisions and you actually have to put the effort in. Second week, this came right under the Seven of Wands, under your love zone. Three of Cups. Now, one thing I can tell you, we are in retrograde, Scorpio, and exes, past people from the past, relationship-wise, could be boomeranging back. Now, certainly for some of you, it could be friends and, so maybe former coworkers, people that you lost in touch with. Nothing wrong with that. Have a good time if they're friends and people you just lost touch with. Nothing wrong with reconnecting and having a good time. This does look like some celebration. You might have to make some choices on who you want to hang out with. That could be the case too. You could be a hot ticket item, Scorpio. But for some of you, the second week, you might have more people coming into your life where you might be able to celebrate and rekindle and rehash and kind of reconnect, which is always wonderful. If it is love related, I'm going to tell you that you may have to make a choice. There could be an ex coming back in, boomeranging back in, and you might be interested because, hey, some of us have been under quarantine, or, you've kind of stayed away from the dating game pretty aggressively, and you just, been doing you. So what I'm going to tell you, if it's an ex that comes back relationship wise, use discernment. If they show that they can prove themselves action wise, great, but take it slow this month. Retrogrades are not the time to really kick off a brand new relationship. Take it slow, Scorpio. Third week, really great stuff. You got Nine of Cups. So, this could be that some things in your life, Scorpio, are starting to even out a little bit. Wish come true, Nine of Cups. So maybe you feel like there's the things that you've been working on in this first week, second week, maybe you feel like you have a little bit more control in the third week. And maybe you're seeing, some slow progress, but things are starting to move in a different direction. You can kind of feel the energy shift, which is great. Nine of Cups also means that you might be in a position where emotionally you can give more of your time. Maybe that you're with family and friends and having some gatherings where they just put you in a really good mood and kind of put your mind at ease. So awesome stuff. Fourth week, you got the Hermit in reverse. So I'm going to tell you that energy is going to start to pick up for you. And this does not mean that this month is going to be necessarily the easiest, but I think if you can unblock some of the things that have been put in place or you've ignored, things are going to start to take off, meaning that this is not the time anymore to kind of sulk back and be in the shadows and, continue to go over scenarios and situations. I think in March, you're going to have to start making more decisions rather than thinking about what you're going to do. Retrogrades are always good. A good time in Feb, since we're pretty much all in retrograde this month, till the 20th, you really need to relook, revisit, revise, reevaluate, and that's all good. And then maybe pull the trigger in March. But what I will tell you is that the end of this month, you're going to start to get that urge to start making more decisions and having action behind your thoughts. And makes sense because obviously, we'll be in Pisces season too, but we'll be entering into Mars, Aries season, which is all about action, okay? So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so, and if you haven't followed me on TikTok or Instagram, do so because I post a lot there. Hopefully this message resonated with you. If you're interested on a reading from me or membership exclusive content only, all that stuff's in the description box. Make sure you download the digital calendar because that has all of the retrograde phases for this year and all the moon energy we're going to be dealing with as well. So you know how to leverage that energy to your greatest good. Thank you so much, Scorpio, and have a wonderful, wonderful month. Bye.